Deep knee bend split squat. To set the right length for your stance, kneel on the ground with your front knee at 90 degrees and your back knee under your hips. From this stance, you will move forward and down so that your hamstring touches your calf at the bottom and your glute touches your heel. To do that, your knee will push in front of your toes and your front heel will momentarily lift up off the ground. Keep your torso vertical and your back knee should not touch the ground. When performing this exercise, the objective is to fold the front knee as deeply as possible so that the hamstring touches the calf at the bottom of each rep. Also, we want to keep our torso as vertical as possible and avoid touching the back knee to the ground. Here are a few common mistakes when performing this exercise. First is collapsing your back heel inwards. Instead, keep your feet as parallel as possible. Your back heel should be above the toes and never touching the ground. Another error is to keep the feet in line with each other. This creates imbalance and increases the risk of falling over. Instead, step your feet parallel to each other, hip width or shoulder width apart, as if you're standing on train tracks. Another common error is duck-footedness or turning out the front toes. This creates instability and reduces skill transfer from this exercise into real life and sport. Instead, keep both feet facing forward and parallel to each other. Another common error is to allow the back knee to touch the ground. The reason we don't want our back knee to touch the ground is so that all of the weight goes onto the front foot. So instead, straighten the back knee and try to not let it touch the ground while keeping the torso vertical. You will feel a stretch in your hip flexors of the back leg. If your hip flexors are too tight, you can use a modified option for this exercise by elevating your front foot on a stool. Here too, try to avoid touching your back knee to the ground. Gradually decrease the height of the stool until you have both feet on the ground. Another error is to assume too long a stance so that it is impossible to connect the hamstring to the calf and the front heel does not come up off the ground. Instead, assume a stance where the knee is underneath the hip and the front knee is 90 degrees bent, so that when you're moving forward and down, the hamstring touches the calf and the front heel lifts up off the ground. This split squat variation targets the quadriceps and improves knee health.